department. Today's technique tip is going to be Seconde turns, and we're doing it here because I still haven't figured out studio stuff yet for this. But anyway, Seconde turns, you guys have been wanting some help with those, and I can understand because they're very, very difficult, whether we're doing them, you know, en dehors, or especially the dreaded en dedans ones. So, first thing let me talk about in every pirouette video, this. We're in fourth, especially en dedans, and you go back like this. You got a long way to go to haul it up for an Seconde turn. So, the thing to start practicing with, as any other pirouette, you're here, just in fourth, brush side. Where do you go? Are you back? Are you side? Are you front? Which way are you following? It's really any turn. You're having a problem with any turn, do it without the turn to figure out where your balance is. So, if I was to do Seconde turn here, right, and I didn't know what my problem was, all I have to do is, where am I going? Yeah? So start with that. Just here, and it can be low, up, and forth, and up. And once you've mastered this, you can add the turn. The other thing to try and remember is that you can, again, and I've said this before, you cannot turn in a broken line. So if we go up and we go back, and your leg is out to the side, you're never going to get around. So you want to think of your hips staying flat around, even if it's en dehors, which are much easier. Flat hip rather than around, right? So, and I'm being careful on this floor and the walls, but, right, keep them flat and you can get around. So, this, hips, should all sound familiar. But the other thing I think is going to help you guys is to brush. If you try and lift and get around, it's going to grip. You're not going to have enough momentum. So really think of brushing the floor in your Seconde turn. Yeah? Brush to get it up and around, and you can get around. Rather than, and then you've got nothing. It's like an en dehors for normal pirouette. If you just lift, you've got nothing. You've got to use that foot. So use your foot. Up and around and down. Other thing we've always talked about, opposite side. It's so easy in an Seconde turn to think this way, and you leave it. So bring this, almost think of it being like on a table. Everything is flat, and you're just going to go around. Yeah? You don't want to be dropped. You don't want to be dipping, and you don't want to leave it behind. So think of you're in, like, even put your hands on your shoulders and go around, see, evenly. So we've got this, we've got flat hips, we're brushing the floor, our arms are going around evenly, and I think the other thing that will help you is the second hand. We talked about this in attitudes. Think of that hand as your, like, the thing that brings it all together. Because watch, if I don't do that, look where my hand is. Yeah, as opposed to hand, right? That's going to get you around. It's going to keep your shoulders level. Because if I don't use that hand, that's when this tends to dip. If I do use that hand, it all comes together. For the guys, Seconde pirouettes that you guys do instead of the fouettes. Your guiding force is that toe. Think of that toe reaching the whole time, yeah? If you start to think too much about arms, head, don't worry about it. It's going to happen, right? It's just, they're pirouettes. But think of the toe, 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 and as you plie, try and not bring the hips in. Try and keep it second. The legs should not really come front. So, second, keep it there, right? That was kind of the in-between that you want to think of. We don't want to do Seconde there, because then it's not an Seconde turn, right? The girls go front and side, but ideally the guys stay. So, here, stay, second. You always want to think second every time you're to the front. Because if somebody gets a picture of you like this, not pretty. So think every time you hit front, you're plie in second. Yeah? Use the arms, use your leg. We talked about that in the fouette video. You can't do 32 relevés, you can't do 32 fouettes. So, for our à la seconde, review. We're back, right? Bring this in, this stays in, yeah? My hips are gonna stay flat as much as I can. You do not have to be with an à la seconde turn perfectly flat, especially en dedans. Nobody ever really is. But as long as it's side and mildly turned out and pointed, you're gonna be fine. Because again, your momentum is taking you the other way, so it has to kind of come forward. So just think hips flat, second rotating, and that foot. Brush the floor, like we talked about, yeah? Hips flat, that second arm is, especially on dedans, second hand, make sure our shoulders are flat. If you're having problems with shoulders, do this, yeah? And then for the guys, make sure you're staying in second and we're not doing one to there, yeah? You wanna do à la seconde second, second. The leg can kind of come in front of you as you're going around, because it kind of has to, right? Like when you're to the back or something, but as you hit the front, that's what the audience sees. So really hit your second plie. All right, you guys? If you missed my video on developing your artistry, it is over there. I really like that video. It's a good one for you guys to watch. Thank you so much as always. At video coming was it was up yesterday or today, so be sure and look at that. I love you all. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you soon.